Hello, this is Pant3ra doing an audio commentary for WCReplays.com. This audio has been copyrighted 2005 by WCReplays.com, so don't go stealing it, or Freak's gonna make you die to fire, or something like that. Anyways, I'd first like to thank you guys on the input, good or bad. I learned from both, and I'll try to be not sounding as boring, more enthusiastic maybe, and then also hopefully right now I'm not breathing into my mic too bad. Just moved it back a little bit more. Sorry, I have a really crappy mic, but I'll end up getting a new one when I'm not lazy. So, anyways, today's matchup is Undead vs Orc, if I haven't already said that. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's against Nash versus Solar Memoria. I'll probably just call them Undead or Memory, and the Orc, or Nash, I don't know. Just so you know. If you could get this replay paused at the 2-minute and 30-second mark, Memory's point of view. It's just easier to say than Memoria. I don't know. Feels like a tongue twister, kinda. Anyways, just get it paused at 2 minutes and 30 seconds at Memory's point of view, and 1x speed, of course. I don't care, fog of war on or off. It's up to you, whatever you prefer. Few shoutouts I'd like to give really quick is to Tournament Rider. First of all, guy's super nice. Plays basically everyone. He'll play a couple games with and tell you what you're doing wrong if he owns you. And also Dean Wake, same thing. Really cool guy. Helps you out with your 1v1s. And alright, with all that said and done, I'll be going over ghouls and destroyers today, but I'll be discussing the advantages ghouls and destroyers have, and fiends and destroyers have, and the disadvantages they both have too. So, hopefully you guys are at the 2-minute and 30-second mark. Memory's point of view, because I don't like discussing build orders. Sorry. And we'll get this replay unpaused in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Okay, so just to fill you in really quick, that scout ghoul scouted that the orc had a blade master. So he's gonna be sending his death knight over there to see if the orc's gonna be creeping with the blade master, or just creeping with the grunts and harassing with the blade master, or not doing anything, and just sending the blade master over to harass for now. So anyways, since there's nothing much to talk about right here. Oh yeah, the orc creep pattern right here is pretty much obvious. They go for the fountain, and then the natural expansion. Anyways, so nothing really to talk about right here, so I'll be discussing what to do with mass destroyers and ghouls. They're really good for being multitasked with. They're really great at multitasking. For example, you could send ghouls to an expansion and harass that way. You send destroyers into the orc space with the burrows, as you'll be seeing later on, and owning the burrows. However, fiends and destroyers, they can't do that. You can't really send in fiends and own the expansion, or really not even own any peasants at that. It wouldn't be worth it. It would just be better to have them together. So that's one advantage the ghouls and destroyers have over orc, or have over fiends and destroyers. As for right now, he sees that blade master, so he's just going to be coiling his weak ghouls. When you're creeping with the blade master, when you're creeping against the blade master, just make sure you run your ghouls back when they're about in the orange, I'd say, because you don't want that blade master to pop out of nowhere and own your ghouls. That's no fun. So just keep that in mind. Like that red ghoul, if that blade master was near, he would have gotten owned. But anyways, so the blade master just keeps harassing him. He's letting Memory know that he's there and doesn't want Memory to creep and whatever. Memory's like, go away, coils him. And if I were the undead player right now, I would make a shop and get a dust, because that will definitely help him in the long run, in any run, I'd say, because the Blade Master will go in there and be like, what am I going to harass? And then he's going to click the Death Knight to see what items he has, to see what he's been creeping or whatever. And then he's going to see a dust, and he's going to be like, oh no. And then he's going to have to be super careful, or just go creep. And Blade Masters aren't that good at creeping. So, anyways, he's going for a fast tech to tier 3, obviously, because destroyers come at tier 3. And he's going to be finishing off this fountain. He caught the Blade Master. He got a pretty lucky surround, but it was a nice surround. Blade Master is in between those two elementals, or enraged elementals, and had to force the Blade Master TP. So, that's good. Right now he gets up a Slaughterhouse and a Tome of Relics, because you cannot build statues without a Tome of Relics. So, I'm sure you guys knew that, hopefully. And now he's sending back his weak ghouls. I don't know why he did that. I'd say just send him back a little bit and then put him back in the fountain. They'll heal faster that way. But, you know. So, he's halfway to tier 3. So he'll be setting up his second Slaughterhouse. He's getting a Lich out. Because when you have destroyers versus wyverns and bats, the Lich helps a lot with knowing the wyverns, wind riders, whatever you want to call them. It slows their attack speed down and their move speed, all of that, and that's good. And then of course it does damage to them. So that's probably the best hero to pick and when you're going this strategy. He's sending in his Death Knight right now to go see what the Orc's up to. He's going to send him in his base because he wants to see exactly what the Orc has. And I take that back. Wow. He didn't send his Death Knight in the base. Okay, he will send his Death Knight in the base. No, he won't. Yeah. No. I don't know. He's just getting mana right now. Okay, now he will send his Death Knight in the base to see what he's going and see what kind of army the Orc has and all that good stuff. And at the same time, he's pumping out statues to get destroyers. And he's going to be coil novaing some peons here because that'll deny Nash wood. And when they don't have any wood, they can't pump out any units. So that'll be less Bat Riders and Wyverns for the Undead to worry about. He's just checking the fountain to see if they're chilling there and healing. And he checks the expansion. If you had the Fog of War on, you could still see that peon kind of, so he knows he's going to be expecting an expansion down there. And then right here, when the Blade, don't underestimate the Blade Master's damage to buildings and stuff, especially shops. Right when you see that Blade Master focusing down on your shop, just send your ghouls in there to focus him down, or he's going to kill that shop. And then that's another 130 gold you have to rebuild. So he just keeps running in his Death Knight and Lich, and there's no peons out right now collecting lumber, so he's just going to be focusing that barracks just to try to get the Orc to come down to where his heroes are and scare him off so he can see exactly how many wyverns he has and everything, which he will be seeing in a moment anyways, because Orc's going to be rushing his base, which is a very good time to rush it. So he's getting lumber right now, and he'll be scouting for an expansion soon. Another good thing about another thing you have to know about with ghouls and destroyers is you want to get armor upgrades over attack upgrades for your destroyers, because if you have 0 and 3 upgrades, then that 3 armor is going to it's going to save you a lot of gold, because it's going to take 3 Bat Riders, the third armor upgrade or whatever. It's going to take 3 Bat Riders to kill 1 destroyer. So with no armor upgrades, it's going to take like 2. So it definitely helps. You should definitely get it, especially when you have ghouls and destroyers, because there's no fiends to web anything, and yeah, so that's bad too. So right now the Orc pushes on the Undead space at a very good time before he has too many destroyers out, and he still had his statues and he's focusing the statues. However, the Orc got in a bad position, and the TC gets surrounded, and a bunch of grunts are just stuck in there, and a wyvern gets lost too, dies. So it's worth his 2 heroes TPing, definitely. Also, especially in this case too, you definitely want those 2 heroes to TP even though you had no army with them, because you want to coil Nova those heroes to get them out as soon as possible, because you don't want to really fight at this time. You just want to do hit and run harasses, and it would just be bad to go on a head-on battle with the orc right now. It wouldn't be a good idea. So he's getting some lumber going with his ghouls. And he's going to be sending him down to see if he has an expansion down there, which he's pretty much sure he has an expansion up by now, because when he was scouting he saw that peon run back. So that's all he's going to do. He's going to be also harassing he's going to be creeping the mana fountain instead, and then later on you'll see how he harasses one base while attacking the other with the destroyers. So he's getting some experience right now while wasting the orc's time by not letting the orc creep, by making the orc run down to the expansion and scare the ghouls off. So he's right when you keep an eye on those ghouls, by the way, because right when you see the heroes come into sight, the orc heroes and the orc units, you want to run right away. Also, it's not a really good idea to do that if the orc goes raiders, grunts raiders. You definitely don't want to do that, because you basically just guarantee yourself how many ever raiders he has, which will usually be about 2 to 3, and that's how many ghouls you just lost, and it's not really worth the little damage you did to the expansion, which he's probably just going to repair anyways, or just let it be if it's not even that much damage. So that's always a good thing to keep in mind right there. Okay, so he's trying to get a level 3 lich.